If you'd told me that escaping murder scenes for a little piece would land me in an actual suburban turf war with a deranged HOA queen, well, I'd have laughed in your face. But here we are. You ever notice how the places that look the quietest always hide the biggest messes? That's the story of my life, right there. Buckle up, because the craziest thing about this battle wasn't just how it started, but how far one person would go to claim a reality that never belonged to her. I moved to Silver Bluffs just as autumn was turning the world gold and the air felt alive with wood smoke. My place, 12 acres of wild, rolling land, woods thick enough to swallow sound, an old stone house with bones tougher than most people I know. I left behind a career as a crime scene investigator, traded blood stains and courtroom lies for the slow, steady hush of wind and pine needles. My only neighbors, at first, were deer and foxes and the ghosts of whatever stories lingered in the walls. But quiet never stays quiet, does it? One day, I found this glossy brochure under my gate. Welcome to Silver Bluffs Community. Rules for mailbox paint, rules for grass height, rules for, get this, Christmas light length. I cackled, tossed it out, didn't even read the fine print. My house wasn't even in their development. Problem solved, right? Yeah, right. Couple days later, I'm tightening a porch railing when she appears, the president of the HOA, Karen Lomax. If confidence was currency, this woman was a billionaire. Tight blonde bob, sunglasses you could land a helicopter on, yoga pants, and that smile. Oh, I know that smile. Used to see it across interrogation tables. The kind that says, I'm about to ruin your day, and you'll thank me for it. She leaned on my gate, nails flashing. Welcome. So glad you're fixing up our old property. Our property? I just laughed. I told her, nice and plain, this land has never belonged to your HOA. I checked. I bought it fair and square. She tilted her head, gave me that, you'll see look. Sometimes records get messy, she said. We can fix that for you. That was when I knew I wasn't dealing with a neighbor. I was facing an enemy who saw rules as weapons and my life as collateral. She didn't back down, just sauntered off to her SUV, like a general retreating to plot the next attack. That night, as darkness swallowed the woods, I realized she wasn't going to leave me alone. Then came the weirdness. My mailbox started filling with HOA letters addressed to her, Karen Lomax, as if she already owned my home. I'd get stopped at the post office. Hey, aren't you on the Lomax property? And I'd have to show my license just to get a package. The town doctor, Joe, corners me outside the hardware store and whispers, Karen says you're just renting that house. Is that true? I nearly spit out my coffee. Renting? I bought this place with my own money. Clean title and all. Turns out, Karen was telling everyone she was about to restore my home to the HOA. She even went so far as to file a fraudulent request with the county to put my land under her name. When the clerk told me, I felt that old detective's fire light up in my chest. I called in every favor, flagged my property at the county office, and set up security cameras like I was prepping for a siege. And it really did turn into a siege. One Tuesday, I drive up to see two men in HOA uniforms mowing my yard like it was theirs. We're just following Mrs. Lomax's orders, they tell me. I made them leave, fast, but the next thing I know, there are Silver Bluffs HOA members only signs nailed to my gate. I took photos, ripped them down, and doubled up my security. You think that stopped her? Nope. The next day, an official HOA notice lands on my doorstep. Fines threatened for not meeting community standards. I called her, laid it out. Trespassers, fake signs, false letters, stop, or I'll get the law involved. She told me, syrupy sweet, we're just trying to help. The arrogance was so thick, I could taste it. Days turned into weeks. Karen started calling the sheriff's office, reporting a dangerous squatter on her land. Twice I opened the door to deputies, and twice I laid out every document I owned, calm as can be. Check the county records, I'd say, and watch the cops' eyes widen as they realized who the real trespasser was. Twist time. Karen wasn't working alone. My lawyer, Linda, found a whole string of filings from a fake land survey company, Northridge Land Survey. Never existed, trying to slide her name onto my deed. The digital signature belonged to a surveyor who'd been dead for years. I felt my skin crawl. We traced the computer IP that filed the fraud right back to Karen's house. You can't make this stuff up. But Karen didn't just stick to paperwork. She cranked up the social media circus, blasting out posts about a drifter squatting on HOA land. Some neighbors believed her. Some didn't. Joe, the doctor, came by, sheepish, apologized for doubting me. "Guess you're not the villain after all," he said. I wish I could say things cooled off. Instead, the madness peaked. Karen staged an open house on my porch, brought strangers, tried to show off her property. I came home to a crowd in my yard and Karen in full realtor mode, waving a clipboard. "He's just the caretaker," she told them, all fake charm. I lost it. Called the cops in front of everyone. When the deputies arrived, I had every document, every video, every fake sign ready. Karen screamed and fought, tried to snatch a radio from a cop's belt, and got cuffed right there on my porch. I should have felt victorious. Instead, I just felt tired. Karen made bail by morning. She filed a lawsuit against me, claiming emotional distress, illegal occupancy, the works. Her goal wasn't justice. It was to bury me in paperwork, drain my wallet, and keep the chaos spinning. But my attorney was sharper than any blade in her kitchen. We countersued for fraud, harassment, and defamation, and piled on every scrap of evidence we had. Even the HOA finally snapped. The board booted Karen as president after a midnight meltdown that ended with her throwing a chair. Police called again. The county found enough evidence of document tampering to launch a full investigation. The cherry on top? Karen's husband, who thought it'd be cute to spray paint "Get Out, Fraud" on my fence at 2 a.m. Security cam caught the whole thing. Deputies recognized the handwriting. What a family. The final showdown came in court. Karen's new lawyer tried to paint her as a victim of bureaucracy. Linda torpedoed every lie with evidence, digital footprints, and a trail of county paperwork a mile long. The judge didn't just rule in my favor. He ordered a criminal investigation into Karen's fraudulent filings. For the first time, I saw the fear in Karen's eyes. Her reality had finally caved in. After that, the story unraveled fast. Karen was banned from coming within 100 yards of my place, then taken for a psych evaluation after another public breakdown. The county cleared my title and offered me the chance to sue for damages. I could have taken her to the cleaners, but maybe I'm a soft touch, maybe I was just tired. I said no. She needed help, not another war. Still, the land felt poisoned. The woods I'd loved were haunted by the memory of her SUV, the threat letters, the nights spent awake listening for footsteps. I put the place up for sale and moved deeper into the wild, to a spot no HOA would dare touch. Before I left, I carved a sign and hung it on the old gate. Sometimes the most dangerous thing in the world is an idea no one bothers to question. Driving out of Silver Bluffs, past Karen's empty house, I felt lighter. Some neighbors waved, a few hung their heads. I didn't wave back. Not out of spite, just done with the drama. For the first time in months, I wasn't waiting for the next attack. I was just a man, driving toward peace, leaving behind a story too wild for anyone to make up. But hey, what do you think? Is justice really about paperwork and rules, or about standing your ground when everyone else gives in? Where do you draw the line between defending what's yours and letting go of a fight that never ends? Share your stories down below. Let's talk about what right really means. Because sometimes, the fight for your own reality is the one that teaches you the most about the world and yourself.